What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cap Show. UFC 278 is going to be awesome. The pound for pound king, the pound for pound number one, Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards. I think this fight is going to do great things. Look, Kamaru Usman, to me, he's the top guy. I mean, he can go up and weight to the light heavyweight division in 205. I think he can dominate there. I think he could do many different things for Kamaru Usman. It's kind of like he's lapping that division right now, the welterweight division, right? He's just going right through it. I mean, he beat Tyron Woodley for the belt. He beat Colby Covington twice, which I think is his best fight. You know, between them two, I think they're the closest competition. Masvidal, he beat him twice. Gilbert Burns, he beat him. So for Kamaru Usman, it's kind of like one of them things where it's like, dude, he's lapping people now. He's lapping dudes, and it's like, what's getting more competitive? I think if I'm Dana White in the UFC, I'm saying, look, Kamaru, let's go up to 205. Let's go to light heavyweight division. You ran through this division, although I think another shot with Colby Covington will do great numbers for the UFC, will do great business. I think those two are really similar fighters in what they do. Yes, they have a good stand-up game, but their strength is their wrestling. They're going to take you down. And I think Kamaru Usman in this fight, he's 20-1 in the UFC. I think he's going to do what he did last time when they both fought Leon Edwards and Kamaru back in 2015. And Usman did win by decision, but I think the difference is going to be the wrestling. Same thing like it was back in 2015, 7 years ago. And Kamaru understands what's at stake. He's not looking past Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards has improved. So has Kamaru. I think with Leon Edwards, I think if he gets the upset here, it's standing up. You're going to have to throw leg kicks. You're going to have to do a lot of different things, kind of like the Nate Diaz fight. I mean, he picked apart Nate Diaz, except the last minute in the fifth round, under a minute to go, and we saw what Leon did. He kind of fumbled the bag in a way. It was one of them things where it's like, wow, dude, Nate Diaz really arguably could have knocked him out if Nate didn't point and stuff, but that's not who Nate is. Nate wants to sell tickets, do great business for the UFC, and Nate's a goon. But I just think for Leon, man, it's one of them things where it's like, dude, if Nate Diaz is doing that to you, what's Kamaru going to do when he hits you with that right hand? Just the same he did with Masvidal. So what are you gonna do? That's the thing. What's the difference for Leon Edwards in 2015 to now? Yes, he's got a better ground game. I will agree with you that way better stand-up game. I think Leon's got to keep the distance here. You know, pick and choose. You got to stick and move and keep moving, hitting and moving, hitting and moving. You got to do different things if you're Leon Edwards, because if you go in there just like a lot of game planners do against Kamaru Usman and say, oh, he's not going to take me down, or I'm going to outstrike him, I'm a better striker than him, until they feel his power and his jab, I think Kamaru Usman's going to utilize that jab and then eventually going to take Leon Edwards down, and that's what's going to happen. I mean, dude, like, pound for pound number one, there's a reason that Kamaru Usman he's minus 280, 380 right now going to this fight. Leon Edwards is plus 310. He's 19-3 in the UFC with one no contest. I think Leon Edwards is a big underdog. I mean, plus 310 in a title fight, welterweight title fight. For Leon, it's like, I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, Leon, Kamaru's bigger than you. He's stronger than you. The only thing that Leon maybe has an advantage is his quickness and his feet game. It's just standing up. Don't let him get you against the cage. Stuff like that. You gotta really pay attention to detail when you're fighting Kamaru Usman, because it will be sad if you want to take a couple second break that you can't do that. Kamaru Usman will continue to come at you. He's going to throw his jabs, and I think the jab's going to be the difference here for Kamaru Usman. His jab's really improving the past couple years, where it's like, wow. I mean, his stand-up game was terrible back in 2015 compared to what it is now. Same thing with Leon. It's hard for me to pick Leon Edwards in this fight. It is. It's hard for me to say, oh yeah, Leon's going to knock him out, and that's what's going to happen. It's like, really? How's Leon going to knock Kamaru out? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he going to throw a crazy leg kick? That's a possibility, but it's still a long shot. Even if they stand and bang, I still got the advantage to Kamaru because of his right hand. I mean, not too many fighters can take it. I mean, we saw Colby Covington take it a couple times, then he adjusted. But for Leon, it's like, dude, if Nate Diaz is piecing you up, Kamaru Usman is definitely a problem for you, a huge problem. So I think Kamaru's going to go into this fight. He's going to stand up maybe the first round or two, and then he's going to go for those takedowns. I think Kamaru Usman's going to go for that takedown and ground and pound and utilize that. I mean, what, we think Leon's going to do that? We're going to say Leon's going to take Kamaru down and ground and pound? I don't think so. I mean, dude, Kamaru, he walks around like he's 190. He looks like a light heavyweight, dude. It's like he really can go to light heavyweight after this fight, which is amazing because there's a lot of different things. He can go down in weight, which I don't think will be a good idea. I think the best thing for Kamaru Usman, if he wins this fight, which I do think he will, that's my pick. Kamaru Usman here. This is my lock pick. I don't care about the other fights. This is the main fight for me. I'm going Kamaru Usman. But the thing is with Usman, it's like once you get over the hump here, once you beat him, it's just like go to light heavyweight. I wouldn't even be opposed for that. If I'm Dana White in the UFC, I'm saying let's go. We're going to go to light heavyweight. You're going to challenge some of these bigger guys, Kamaru, and see what you can do, okay? Because it looks like he walks around plus 190 at least, dude. And then come fight time 170, which is crazy. That's like my weight, 165, 170. And these dudes are throwing like light heavyweights. So that's the scary part. So I just think for Leon Edwards, it's like, what different are you going to do that you didn't do back in 2015? Like when you lost by decision? You know, we see in the press conference some respect here, but I'm going Kamaru Usman all day. I think the difference here in this fight against Leon is the wrestling. I think Usman's going to take him down at will, get him against the cage, and then ground and pound, and then arguably knock Leon Edwards out. So I'm going Kamaru Usman by TKO knockout, and that's how it's going to go. I mean, if Leon Edwards does win, hats off to him. I just think Leon Edwards, after the Nate Diaz fight, should have got a Masvidal fight and then a title fight. And yes, it's been a long time, but still, dude, it's been years. But at the end of the day, I'm going Kamaru Usman. That's my lock pick of the week. Then we got two washed-up fighters, Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold. Costa, he's 13-2, back-to-back losses. Same thing with Luke Rockhold, back-to-back losses by TKO, Jane and Romero. It's just one of them things where it's like, dude, you know, Luke Rockhold, he fought those big guys. To whereas Paulo Costa, he fought Israel Adesanya. We saw what happened in that fight. He got embarrassed. He got raped, literally raped in the octagon. And then Marvin, by decision. It was one of them things where I thought he could have won that Marvin fight. And Marvin, he's a slow, stocky guy, not really fast, and he still lost to this guy. So I think whoever wins this fight, I'm not going to be surprised which wins. I mean, I'm leaning more towards Costa right now. He's a little bit, I feel like he's more into the training. I think Luke Rockhold, 16-5 in the UFC, is kind of more towards the end of his career here. I don't think, you know, there's a lot of days left for Luke Rockhold. Maybe I'm wrong, but there's some fights that I've seen Luke Rockhold fight in where it's like, wow, dude, you know, just a one punch, that's all it takes, dude. One punch, not lights out. That's it. So I think this fight right here is a coin flip type of fight for me, but I'm leaning more towards Costa here. Paulo Costa, so, you know, like I said, I mean, even if Paulo Costa did get his rematch against Israel Adesanya, what different is he going to do? He came into that fight talking all this junk, saying what I'm going to do, I'm going to knock you out, and little do we know that Israel Adesanya is the one that pieced him up, knocked him out, and raped him. So it's one of them things where it's like, I don't know who to believe in these fights, but I'm leaning more towards Costa. This will be a coin flip fight come fight night. It's going to be great. And then we got the legend Jose Aldo in this fight, man. This is huge. Jose Aldo, 31-7 in the UFC. He's on a 3-fight win streak. He's a legend, dude. You know, he's truly a legend. I remember when I first his main fight against Conor McGregor back in 2015, I was like, Jose Aldo, he's no joke. Yes, McGregor won in the press conferences, excuse me. It was one of the things where it's like, hey, that's talking though. And then come fight time, when I saw Jose Aldo fight McGregor, it was kind of sad in a way, but nothing to take away from Jose Aldo. He's a legend, dude. He's a Hall of Famer in the UFC in my book. Everything he's done for the UFC, great business. And leading up to this, he's still fighting in the UFC. He's more active than McGregor right now. And we see McGregor right now, you know, the hunger's gone after the injury last year against Dustin Poirier. It's just one of them things where it's like, Jose Aldo, he's a legend in my book, dude. He's a Hall of Famer. So, you know, I'll go on a limb and go, you know, Jose Aldo with the upset here, whatever. That's what I'll take. But, you know, for the Paulo Costa, Luke Rockhold, that's a coin flip. But like I said, for the main fight, Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards, for the welterweight title fight, after Leon does lose this fight, I think Leon should fight Jorge Masvidal. Why not? I think we saw what happened a couple years ago. I think this was 4 years ago where, you know, they were talking crap backstage, and we saw Jorge Masvidal give him a three-piece with a soda, dude. He literally pieced Leon Edwards up in front of everybody, all the reporters, and he was bleeding, dude. And I don't know, they come out with different speculation saying, oh, they hid Masvidal, whatever. I just think for Leon, if I'm a fighter here, and if I lose this fight against Kamaru Usman for the title, I'm saying, you know what, I'm going to the Dana, I'm going to the higher-ups in the UFC saying, look, I want Jorge Masvidal. He embarrassed embarrassed me in front of a lot of people here in public on camera, and I did get pieced up. It really didn't do anything about it. Yes, they could say they hit him, whatever, but at the end of the day, nothing was done here. Jorge Masvidal just said, pop, 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 I'm gone. He just like that, dude. A three-piece combo with the soda, and it was, ow, dude. I just think for Leon Edwards, you cannot not fight Jorge Masvidal before the career's over. You just can't. Same thing with Masvidal. If I'm Masvidal, I'm saying I want Leon Edwards, dude. I gave him a three-piece combo with the soda. What are you going to do? Let's fight for real here. You know, kind of taken away from his shine. And I think this was the fight after Darren Till. When Jorge Masvidal, he was losing this fight. Then he knocked out Darren Till. And it was one of the things where it's like, wow. You know, and I think it was overseas in the UK. And Leon Edwards trains in the UK. So it's one of the things where it's like, dude, I think this is what should be done. But for Kamaru Usman, yes, you could fight Colby Covington next. You could get that trilogy fight. I think, why not? I think that'd do great numbers, great business for the UFC. And I think Colby Covington's the only guy that can compete with Kamaru Usman. I don't think even Leon Edwards can, you know, because Leon's not a good wrestler like Colby is, dude, or Kamara. So, like, that's out the window. So I think for Leon to win this fight, dude, you got to keep it standing. Because if Kamara does take you down, it's a wrap. It's over, dude. Good night. So that's my thing. But I'm going Kamaru Usman all day here at UFC 278. It's the Clown with Cap show. Let's go!